Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. Before I introduce today's guest, I just want to let you know that my new book, which is the 10th anniversary edition of Unprocessed, is now available for pre-order. If you do it, it helps me a lot, meaning pre-order. Obviously, if you order it anytime, it helps me a lot, but pre-orders really help us authors get higher in the rankings so that more people can be exposed to plant-based nutrition. Make sure you save your receipt wherever you order it from, because we're going to be announcing soon an email address where if you send that receipt, a photo of the receipt, we are going to send you lots of bonuses. We're getting those ready now. And make sure you're subscribed to me on YouTube. Hit that notification bell, because when the book comes out, I'm going to be going live at dinner time every night for at least a week, making a whole meal from this book. What's different about this book is that it has color photos, not of every recipe, but they are beautiful photos by Hannah Kaminsky. It has a brand new foreword by Dr. John McDougall. It's endorsed by Dr. Will B. and Dr. Neil Barnard and Dr. Colin Campbell. And there's 30 new recipes, completely new. And every recipe has an alternative, if possible, if you're wanting to lower the fat or remove nuts, things like that from the recipes. It does say out of stock on Amazon, but you can still pre-order it. So thank you so much. So this is what I look like. I have no makeup on, none, not a stitch. Now this is my face. I don't have moisturizer. I got nothing. I don't wear a lot of makeup usually, but I usually have a little bit of something just because there's lights and things like that, because we're going to do some makeup today. And we're going to do some makeup that's not only vegan and cruelty-free, but that has ingredients in that are good for you and not ingredients that are bad for you. And this is something I don't know a lot about, which is why I have today's guest on, because I always just look for vegan and cruelty free. I don't always pay attention to ingredients. And apparently that's very important, because as we learned from Dr. Jessica Krant, the skin's the largest organ in the body and we absorb these chemicals. So I was sent some of these products. I'm not an affiliate. I don't get anything if you order. We're just here to learn, but I've got these beautiful products that we're going to try and learn today. And my guest to talk about this is Stacey Heiny. She's been on before making recipes, and she kind of alluded to being involved with this beauty company. We just didn't have time, but today we do have time, and she looks beautiful. So maybe she can help me look as beautiful as she is. She's from the Urban Pharmacy. Please welcome Stacey Heiny. How are you doing?
Thank you, AJ. I am so excited. I'm so excited for you and the new 10th edition of the book. It is so gorgeous. And I actually did not know that Glenn, the guy, he's like the publisher. Or like
no, Glenn is my co-writer. The publisher,
okay.
I never had a publisher before. I always did self-publishing. The publisher is called The Book Publishing Company. They publish The Pleasure Trap. They publish Dr. McDougall's Digestive Tune-Up, lots of books. A really nice guy named Bob Hopfizel. And Glenn and I wrote Own Your Health together. Well, he wrote it. I just did the rest.
Amazing. Well, I'm actually interviewing him because of your book. I'm interviewing him on my podcast, and he lives in Indiana right now, same state that I live in. So
is he close to you?
I think he's down in Bloomington, so about an hour and a half. So we need to link up.
Good. So now we know that there are two vegans in Indiana.
There are two vegans, actually, two whole food plant-based vegans. There's a big difference. So I love it. Thank you, AJ. We did talk a little bit about clean beauty not the last time I was on, because that was for the bundle, but the very first time that I was on. And a lot of us think about what we're eating and what we're putting in our body, but we don't think about what we're putting on our body. And like Jessica said, our skin is our largest organ. It does absorb what we put on, and we need to know what we are choosing. And we also need to know that there hasn't been a law passed in over 84 years. It was 1938 that the last law was passed, regulating chemicals that go in our personal care products. So, with 85,000 chemicals that are floating around in commerce right now, only 30 have been banned from the US, while in the European Union, 1,400 have been banned. Okay. And Canada, they're at about 800, I believe. So the company that will mainly be talking about today, even though there are some other good companies out there that are clean, which I will definitely name. This mission started about 9 years ago by a woman who watched An Inconvenient Truth. and was woken up at that point. Didn't realize, how many chemicals were allowed, chemicals of concern were allowed in our lotion, our shampoo, our body wash, our lipstick, and all of the things that we're putting on our face on a daily basis. So it's been 9 years of not just getting clean beauty into people's hands, but 9 years of advocacy. And I'm really super thankful that we're doing this show in March, because it is our actual anniversary of Beauty Counter. And we have gotten, since the 9 years of beginning this brand, we as a whole, as a collective, consumers and advocates alike, have helped to push for 10 laws being passed to better regulate the consumer safety, that better regulate the chemicals that are going into our personal care products, and not just for people, but for the planet, to protect our planet and to protect our future generations. So super exciting. And yeah, I wanted to talk about, first off, of course, as AJ said, these products are cruelty-free, and we are Leaping Bunny certified, so they're never tested on animals, okay? But what really makes Beauty Counter different, and what makes, really Beauty Counter, apart from just other clean beauty brands, is the fact that we are a sustainable company, and we have a very, very stringent ingredient selection process. So let me just go a little bit through the ingredient selection process that I'm talking about. First off, we ban intentionally. Like I said, we have only banned in this country 30 chemicals of concern in the last 84 years. There's not been a federal law passed since then on the safety of beauty, okay? And so we basically took the European Union standards and exceeded them by several hundred. Any chemicals that are known to cause carcinogenic problems, hormone disruption, ingredients that can bioaccumulate in the body and cause stress, and allergies and allergens and chemicals that can cause skin irritation. So we took those standards, exceeded them by several hundred, and banned intentionally. Sorry about the dogs. I have 3, so we'll see how this goes. We screen rigorously. There's 5 steps to actually screening the chemicals that go into every single product that is manufactured by Beauty Counter. Testing for heavy metals, testing for phthalates and parabens. Here's a fun story. We were making a lipstick with rose essential oil in it. And the roses were being sourced from an organic farm in France. And it was just about to be put out on the market, and it went through its final testing process, and boom, here comes these like phthalates in there, which are plasticizing chemicals. And they couldn't figure out why this was showing up, because every single ingredient is so very carefully sourced. And they ended up having to go to France and figure out, hey, is it the rose petals? And it actually was. And this is what happened. The farmers were actually putting the rose petals into plastic bags when they were harvesting the rose petals. And the actual plastic from those bags was leaching into the petals and showing up in the ingredient. And that just shows the power of what we're using, like how we're sourcing, and the packaging that we're putting our beauty products in. Plastics can absolutely leach into our personal care products, and they can leach into the ingredients that are going into the personal care products. So people don't think about all of this stuff. They literally just go to the store, AJ, and they look at the bottle, and they're like, oh, it's vegan, it's cruelty free, just like you were saying. And it's sulfate free or whatever. They'll greenwash you, and they'll make you think that what you're buying is safe, just like they do in the food industry. They will say, free of color additives when you turn the label around, and it's like high fructose corn syrup and fractionated coconut oil or whatever. Just it's greenwashing, it's neutral washing. We're being marketed to and being sold potentially unsafe chemicals in our personal care. So anyways, we screen rigorously, we learn constantly. So we're always moving with the with what is being found out in science, in terms of what chemicals are and are not causing, human health issues. We're sourcing responsibly, which we can get into when we talk about, like, when you're putting your makeup on, like the Madagascar vanilla and the mica, the things that make things shimmer. People don't understand what's going on in that industry, and it's a pretty dark industry, to be honest. And then sharing transparently, just making sure that people know, hey, look, there are safer brands out there, safer options out there, and we want people to be empowered to make those choices, and to know that, hey, yeah, they can be cruelty-free, they can be safe, they can be eco-friendly, and they can perform, they can work really, really well. So there's the ingredient selection process. Something else that I want to make sure people know about beauty products and about beauty brands: try to seek out B certified companies. I wish I could have come to this show and had a list of B certified beauty companies, but I just don't actually know of many. I do know that Seventh Generation is a B certified company. That's a cleaning, household cleaning. Athleta, like your athletic wear, that is a B certified company, and so is Patagonia. What B certified companies are doing is putting equal emphasis on people, product, and planet. So it's not just out to grow the company's bottom line, it's out to make sure that the manufacturing process is being kind to our earth, and being responsible as we do that. And then as a mission, as a whole, as a collective, I'm out boots on the ground educating people about this, but as a mission, the mission of Beauty Counter, which we're talking about today, is to get safer products into the hands of everyone. So I want to empower your listeners today to download something. It's an app on their phone that they can download. It's called the Environmental Working Group app. Okay. This is a not-for-profit company that is out to help the consumer understand if the water that they're drinking is potentially contaminated, what products they're using on their body are potentially harmful to their health, so on and so forth. It's a consumer protection agency. And if you download that app, you can start putting in the things that you're using on your skin, the things that you're cleaning your house with, and it's going to give you a rating from 1 to 10. Hormone disruption, cancer potential, causing, an allergy causing ingredients. And so what I suggest for every consumer to do is to make sure that what they do have is at a 3 or below, at a rating from 1 to 10 for their safety. And before we get into the makeup demo, last but not least, like I said, advocacy is a huge part of what we do. And I will be actually heading to Capitol Hill next month on behalf of American consumers. We do have consultants in Canada, advocates in Canada that are marching Parliament, but to raise our voice and to lobby on behalf of the state of Indiana to help get more laws passed so that we as consumers can go to the store or even go to the department store, luxury brands, and find things that are safe without having to question them and without having to read the label. That truly is the entire mission of what we're doing. So since we started in 2013, it's been 200,000 emails that have been sent to help revolutionize this industry and to shift it to a safer place. 16,000 calls have been made to local Congress people, and 2,100 meetings have been held, in which I have been a part of several in the state of Indiana. So what I want to ask for your listeners to do is to simply pull their phones out and to text the word Better Beauty to 52886. So text Better Beauty to 52886 to cast your vote and to urge Congress to pass better personal care product laws. If you're in Canada, you can text you can text Clean Beauty to 1-888-886-7542. Okay, so that is super powerful. And that is one way that you don't even have to spend $1, but you
just did it. Look.
Awesome. You're going to get a notification from your local congressional body, And it's going to have you make sure that you're casting your vote for better personal care laws. And this is a very, very powerful thing that we can do. And again, it costs you absolutely nothing to do that. And I know I keep saying, okay, before we get into the beauty thing, I just want to go over a few of the laws that did get passed, because I think it's really, really important for people to understand. In 2013, we became the B certified company, which is incredibly hard. It's very hard to be a B certified company because the standards are high. The carbon output, they look at everything in terms of protecting the planet and the consumer. In 2015, the Oregon Toxic Free Kids Act was passed because of us to remove harmful chemicals from children's toys, clothing, and personal care products, and we also helped ban microbeads with the passing of the Microbead Free Waters Act. That was in 2015. If you guys know what's going on with microbeads and with microplastics, like from our laundry and stuff like that, going into the waterways, it's catastrophic to our oceans, catastrophic to our oceans. And by 2015, they think that there's going to be more plastic pieces in the ocean than actual marine life. So it's a real problem. So we are a big part of getting that law pushed. And in 2016, we held the first congressional briefing in Washington, D.C. In 2017, we helped pass the Cleaning Product Right to Know Act, bringing the ingredient transparency to cleaning products that are sold in California. So AJ, you have safe stuff in California. The rest of the United States, not so much, but you can rest assured that even like the nail salons, which this next law I'm going to talk about was passed in 2018. The nail salons you go to even are safer, much safer than all of the rest of the states. And we are so ridiculously behind. So in 2018, we advocated for the Safer Salon Bill, giving salon workers and consumers the right to access ingredient information and professional products, and supported Hawaii's Safer Sunscreen Bill, which bans oxybenzo and octinoxate, which are known as endocrine disruptors, and they're also killing the coral reefs. And then also in 2018, we traveled to DC to hold over 100 meetings on Capitol Hill and hundreds of district meetings that were held across North America, all asking for stronger personal care product safety laws. And then 2019, our founder, Greg Renfrew, was actually the first clean beauty CEO to testify at a hearing on cosmetic reform in Congress. She did that right alongside the founder of the EWG, the Environmental Working Group, and we also supported Washington State's Pollution Prevention for Our Future Act, banning phthalates, a known endocrine disruptor, from consumer goods. And Beauty Counter associates and consultants traveled to Ottawa to lobby Parliament for stronger personal care product safety laws. In 2020, Beauty Counter helped pass two landmark bills, two landmark beauty laws in California, the Safer Fragrance Bill and the Toxic Free Cosmetics Act. And then in 2021, we are continually advocating, and we got the Toxic Free Cosmetics Act passed, which prohibits the use of 24 ingredients in personal care products. So we are getting things going, but we're so behind, to be honest. So we need consumers to vote with their dollars, and we need people to text, do some text action, and we need people to spread the word about safer and better, healthy body, healthy planet. So let's put some stuff on and show that just because you switch over to safer beauty, you do not have to sacrifice performance. And that is something that I've tried a lot of beauty brands, a lot of crunchy ones, if you will, AJ, a lot of organic and all the things. And performance is really important. I know that you like performance because I've seen you doing a makeup demo before. And you're like, yeah, I really like it when they work really well. So let's do some stuff. Let's do.
Can I just ask you two questions, because my chat goes faster than everybody else's because I'm streaming like 7 or 8 places, and I don't want to lose the people's
let's do that.
questions, because that's what happens to my chat. So Deanna says, what does Stacy recommend for 60-year-old skincare to help with wrinkles?
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite 60, but I'll tell you what, unless I find something that works better than this. Oh, sorry, the lighting is a little weird. I highly recommend this in the pink bottles. Can you see the lines on the screen?
It's the shadows from the sun, I think.
Yeah, might turn that down. There we go. I highly suggest Counter Time. Counter Time is named appropriately because it does help prevent and reverse aging. Okay, what it has in it is an Ayurvedic herb called bakuchiol, and even Dr. Jessica Krant, when I had her on my podcast, was talking about the effectiveness of bakuchiol and how it mimics retinol. For some people, they can't use retinol because it can cause skin sensitivity. So bakuchiol is being used by dermatologists as well, and has been touted. I mean, it really is a very effective anti-aging line. So I highly suggest the entire Counter Time collection if you're an eye cream user, or a Regimen if you don't use eye cream. So that's really the only difference between a Regimen and a collection. Hold on, stand by, AJ. My phone says it's getting hot. So I want to make sure that we don't lose power.
I wonder why it's getting hot. Maybe because you're so hot.
I know. It's probably because I have my space heater on and it's 50 degrees outside. So do we still have connection?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe it's the lights. This is odd. So that's what I suggest for that. What was the other question?
Okay, so the other question, I just saw it a second ago. It helps you guys when you do those red question marks. Dina says, I have a product called Mist Congeniality. It's a face mist. The first ingredients are good, but then it has glycerin, benzyl alcohol, and salicylic acid, sorbic acid. Are these ingredients bad?
Salicylic acid is great. That is not everything that you mentioned. It does not bring up a red flag. Here is an easy thing to do. Go and Google Beauty Counter Never List. It's going to give you the top offenders of chemicals of concern. Okay. And that's going to be a really easy way for you to identify if what you're using is safe or not. It's going to have, like parabens, phthalates listed in there, polyethylene glycol, which is like a petroleum derived ingredient that can have formaldehyde releasers in there. But those 4 things that she mentioned they don't sound bad.
Great.
But I don't know that brand. I've never heard of it.
Thank you. I never heard that word greenwashing before. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. Greenwashing and nutri-washing. It's a real thing.
Okay.
I really think that I heard about nutri-washing from Dr. Furman, or I made it up. I don't know, but nutri-washing is, we're being marketed to.
Right. Dina wants to know, is Pacifica a good company?
Yeah, I know Pacifica is known for being cruelty-free and vegan. I do believe that I have found, I got to open my window. This is not good. We're going to open the window. Open my phone. Yeah, I know that I have looked up for my customers a few Pacifica products, but I don't know about the line in all general, to be honest. So,
okay. Angela says, what under eye concealer do you suggest for those who are a bit tan due to activity in the sun?
Yeah. So I would love to recommend to you Beauty Counter, but I can't because our concealer is being remanufactured in a new plastic bottle because of some component issues and sourcing across seas. So what I suggest is Ilia. At this point in time, I suggest Ilia until Beauty Counter comes out with ours. It does not perform as well as Beauty Counter, but it does perform quite well. And it is also kind of a serum. So it's called True Skin Serum Concealer by Ilia, I-L-I-A. I use the color Chicory, just if anybody cares. And I find it nice and hydrating, and it performs pretty well. It's like a light coverage. I had to put, two layers of it on today.
Great. Pam says, I was so glad to hear her say beauty counter. I've been using it for 3 years now. I finally made the switch to shampoo and conditioner as well, never going back.
That is amazing. That is awesome.
Wow. Oh, Deborah says, what color lip gloss are you wearing? It's a pretty color.
Thank you. I have sheer conditioning lipstick on, which I did send AJ a few colors of, in the color Orchid with Mulberry Beyond gloss on top of it.
Wow.
I know, it's fancy. It's fancy.
Nice. All right. So I've got some products here. You told me to take this little thing that's like the egg. I've seen these spongy eggs before, and I wet it and I squeezed out the liquid.
Perfect.
And what would you like me to get first? Because you sent me a lot of stuff. So thank you.
I know I did. I sent you, I wanted you to experience everything because it's
I will. And if I like it, I'll keep buying it from you. So
I love it.
I have a Glow First priming serum. I'm wondering if that goes on first.
I think that's what we will do because it's a nice hydrator. I mean, some people use it just as like their day cream, like a serum. But it's also a really great thing to put on before you put your foundation on. Yeah. So
I am trying. I have nothing on. No, nothing. No, not a zip makeup. So I guess just put a little bit on my fingertips.
Yeah. Just put it on your finger. It's going to need to take a few pumps to get out.
Okay.
It has jojoba bead esters in it. So it has little bubbles in there and it's nice and hydrating. Doesn't really smell like much.
Yeah, I like that it has no smell because I do not like fragrance in my anything. I don't like
fragrance. That is just, let's just talk about fragrance real quick. Fragrance is a code, and it's like literally a code word for up to 3,500 chemicals. That is where a lot of the toxins hide. So I highly suggest people find things that are fragrance with essential oils and not fragrance that's synthetic, because that could be totally harmful to your health.
This has no smell, or if it does, it's nothing that's offensive, because I don't know why people put fragrance in makeup. It's just weird to me.
Really weird. And it's gross with the lipsticks. I remember when I used to use those lipsticks, it was just gross. So I really do apologize for like the mess that I have in the background. I did not anticipate putting my phone on my window like this. It's fine. Okay. So now that you have that on, AJ, I'm going to have you do the foundation, because we didn't send you a different moisturizer, did I?
I don't think so. I have Skin Twin Featherweight Foundation, and it's
pop that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It says it in French as well. Okay. How do I open
Yes, that's for the Canadian consumers.
Okay. Yeah, that's usually, I don't wear a lot of makeup usually, but I do like foundation because it evens out the skin tone. Okay, here it is.
Okay, so this is awesome. So this is like skin serum, but also foundation, and it's a medium coverage. So what I'm gonna have you do, AJ, is pop that, squeeze it on. You can either squeeze it onto your finger, or you could squeeze it directly onto the sponge, totally up to you. And okay,
I got it on my finger now.
That'll be good. Okay. And what I want you to do is concentrate, on the center of your face. Yep. And then go in with the egg, also known as the Better Blender. And what makes this sponge different is that, hold on, it's made with more sustainable materials than most of those sponges that you find. So go ahead and take it, AJ, and just on the flat part, just press it onto your skin. Okay. I know now you got it all over your fingers, right?
That's okay.
Just press it. And what I like is like there's that little pointy part. So that's like where I put, my concealer, and I press it. I really concentrate. And I learned from Christy Coleman, who's been a makeup artist in LA. I mean, this is a Santa Monica based company, by the way. She formulated this, and I went to a master class. I earned a master class, and she was just saying, really focus your foundation at the center of your face, because that's where all the pigmentation, the hyperpigmentation and stuff happens, under the eyes, right around the nose, and then just kind of let it feather out. And yes, of course, you want to blend around that jawline, but you just press it in. Doesn't it feel nice?
Yeah. How do you clean these? Do you just rinse in water? This Great is question. Nice. It feels like it's got powder in it, but it doesn't.
It feels so good, especially, I mean, you can use it dry, but really all that does is just the makeup just transfers into the sponge and the sponge absorbs the makeup. So that's why doing the getting it wet first, it really hydrates your skin and just blends so seamlessly. It feels so good. So what I do is I actually use the charcoal bar from Beauty Counter to clean all of my makeup brushes and my my sponge, but you could absolutely use just any gentle, clean shampoo that you have, or like a clean body wash. Just make sure that, you know, you don't need a lot like of soap. And I also like the fact that, well, I actually do think that we still have some of the brushes left to buy. The brushes that we have in the last chance section, they have white bristles. So I really love the fact that they have white bristles because I can tell when they get clean.
Yeah.
Versus a lot of the brushes that have black bristles. So
well, see, what I love about, because if you came in earlier, you saw I had no makeup on, and it doesn't like look like I'm wearing makeup. I am, but it just kind of evens out the skin.
Yeah, it's blended right in.
Yeah, it's nice.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So, I mean, I don't even feel like you need concealer under your eyes.
Yeah.
But
well, what's nice is it's like it matches, because like a lot of times, you know, people would do foundation and you'd see like a line here, you know, like, you know, but this kind of just goes right into my skin. So it just gives it a nice kind of.
It's called skin twin for a reason, because it really does just blend right in. It's just good. And it's the color, finding your colors is very forgiving. So AJ is wearing shade 340 in the skin twin. And that is a nice, it's a very forgiving shade. So,
nice.
Okay. So now
you got me some blush. Blush?
Oh yeah, blush. Okay. All right. Do you feel like you want to put concealer on, or did you bring your own concealer?
I didn't bring any concealer, but it's not too, I mean, it's some days when I'm tired, I use it, but no, I think just having the foundation there.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So for some people, if they like, basically what AJ is doing is the flawless in 5 minus a few.
Yeah, and it's funny, Sunita says it looks flawless. It really does. You see, I did it right in front of your very eyes, just 2 little pumps.
Yeah, I highly suggest that for people that want to switch over their makeup, just like with one swoop, they should get the flawless in 5. It's literally 5 products that just kind of get you out the door, and it includes that skin twin foundation. So, and it includes this blush that AJ is about to use. So AJ, what shade did I send you?
It's let's see, it's called,
you're going to find it on the,
yeah, it's called Paloma. It looks a little bit kind of orangish rustiness.
Yeah, it's definitely peach. It's definitely orange. And I sent you that for one reason and one reason only, because it's pretty, and because you said maybe something for your lips that might be pink or peachy. And I know I sent you so many lip things.
Yeah, I love changing my lips, because that's really fun.
And all the lips things are so nice and hydrating and just lovely. But Paloma is really pretty, and we're going into the summer and the spring, and like, I think it's just, there's not a lot of peach blushes out on the market. They're all really red or pink. So it's a nice, you know, change up. So we've got options with these cream blushes. We've got options. You can either use your fingers and press onto the apple of your cheek, or you can use a brush. I use a brush personally, but that's just me. So what's really cool about these cream blushes is that they are refillable. So there's just another sustainability effort. We are going to be completely carbon neutral by 2025. Every single package is going to be made from post-consumer recycled or recyclable or biodegradable ingredients. It's amazing, or refillable. So this is one of our ones that's refillable. All you have to do is buy a new cartridge. So highly suggest that what do you feel more comfortable with?
Can you use this for the blush? I mean,
you absolutely can. What I would suggest is using the round edge of it, the bottom basically, because then that way it won't get in your way. Let's see how it works.
Let's see. Because then I don't get too much on. Look at that.
Oh,
then it looks like, it doesn't look like a clown, you know, it just looks like I just added it. This is fun, because it really doesn't look like I'm wearing, see, to me, makeup well, for me, other than if I'm doing something fancy schmancy, I want to feel like I'm not wearing makeup. And people are asking if it's heavy. No, I mean, I don't feel it. And I mean, like I would tell you the truth. That's kind of cool. So there's some questions because sometimes people join late. Tiffany says, can we see the concealer? Is it lightweight? I prefer something light over heavy. It's very light. And what does Stacy recommend for discolored eyelids? Asks Liz.
Okay, discolored eyelids. Well, I wouldn't suggest that you put, I would not suggest that you put anything in terms of like an eye cream on your eyelid directly. If you're talking about, I mean, that would be something that maybe could be fixed dietarily, or you might want to see your dermatologist for. So I'm not going to say any product because if you're buying an eye cream, you're only going to want to put that around your orbital bone because the warmth of the organ itself, your eye, will pull the eye cream toward the eye. You don't ever want to put a cream, as far as makeup goes and skincare that I know, right directly onto your eyelid.
Cool. Nice.
My answer on that one. And the concealer that I was talking about is Ilia, and the foundation that Chef AJ is using is the foundation from Beauty Counter, Skin Twin Foundation. There is also something to mention for people who don't want to wear foundation. There is something called Dew Skin SPF. So that is something that's like a sheer tinted SPF. People call it a filter in a bottle because it just gives you a very sheer coverage with a little bit of tint, but an SPF. And something in terms of SPF that I want every consumer to know is that if you are looking to buy a mineral-based sunscreen, try to look for one that is non-nano zinc. Non-nano basically means that the particle itself is not small enough to break through your barrier of your skin and get into your bloodstream. So the non-nano sits on top of your skin, and that's what you want when it comes to mineral-based sunscreens, especially if you're trying to protect the planet. So there's my little SPF information. Okay, so the blush looks nice. Do you feel like you have enough on there?
I think so. Yeah, because I don't want to look like I'm wearing makeup a lot anyway. I just want to, natural. But lipstick, I don't mind like noting if people know I wear lipstick. I love lipstick because especially in the desert, my lips get dry and I'm going to be wearing something to keep them moisturized. So why not a pop of color?
Right, absolutely. So, okay. What lipsticks did I send you?
Oh my God, you sent me so many. Thank you so much. You sent me something called, well, let's see.
I did not send you any of the long wearing ones because those are going to be reformulated this year. So I didn't want you to get attached to any of them and then be sad if they go away. So I sent you the ones that have the magnetic closure, which is so cool. And this is what I'm wearing. It's the orchid color. These are sheer tint. These are called lip conditioning. I can't talk. Sheer conditioning lipstick. And because it's like a tinted chapstick, like a highly pigmented chapstick, with real Madagascar vanilla in it. And most people don't know that the vanilla in most beauty products, it's like 98% of the vanilla is actually fake. And also that vanilla itself, you have got to know where you're sourcing that vanilla because there is a lot of child labor that's happening and a big black market. So literally, AJ, the same vanilla, the same type of vanilla that we use in our baked goods is being used in these cosmetics. The good quality, really expensive vanilla, right? That's actually what's in here. So I want you to choose one of those colors and then we're going to put a lip gloss on top.
Okay. Well, this one looks nice because I'm not going for anything like a bold. I mean, sometimes I'll wear a bold red lip, but mostly I like neutral. So
is that rosewood?
It's called.
It will be on the bottom.
Terra. Is it called Terra?
Oh, Terra. Yeah, that one's very neutral.
Okay.
I love Terra. So that's for people that just want, a nice neutral. It does have a little bit of a peach undertone for sure. But it feels very smooth. I mean, like feels like it's chapstick, but in a good way, like better than chapstick. Christy Coleman, who created all of these cosmetics, she's been a clean makeup artist out in LA for 28 years, I believe. She uses Beauty Counter on people for the Golden Globes and the Grammys, and they're red, this is red carpet worthy cosmetics.
It glides on very smooth.
Yeah. It's so
It's
lovely.
nice.
I love that.
I love it. See, look at guys, you don't have to wear a lot of makeup, and look, I got 3 things on: foundation, blush, and lips. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted to, could I put powder over it? I know that I would have had to do it probably before the blush, just because
This is called, and I actually meant to send you this. I forgot. Mattifying powder, but I know that you have a powder as well that you use.
I have Kat Von D, just a plain, but I don't need it, but I just, how it feels like a tiny bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a hydrating thing. So yeah, if you want to put powder over it, but you don't want any extra color, you could just get this mattifying powder. Highly suggest you get it. This lasts me about a year. And all I do is just flip the container upside down, pat the top, and just literally what's left in the lid, I will take a big fluffy brush and just go over. I just concentrate it right here because my eyelids have wrinkles in it, and otherwise my concealer will crease in there. But some people, if they want their face to look more matte, they'll just take the brush and put it across their face. But this is just a talc-free powder. Highly suggest people look for powders that don't have talc, because most of the time talc is contaminated with asbestos. So
great. Susanna says, does Beauty Counter ship to Canada?
They do. Yeah. We are in Canada and will be, global eventually, but there's a lot of logistics with that. But yes,
you sent me a gloss too. I could put the gloss over.
You gotta put the gloss over the top.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I love gloss.
And these glosses are so lovely and they smell so good. It's that Madagascar vanilla. That looks like a neutral color. AJ.
Look at that. It's so nice. It just took look at that. I love it.
So pretty. That's part of the Flawless in 5. So what you have on right now, foundation, blush, and the lip gloss, that's part of the Flawless in 5. And then the other 2 products in the set, which if you just want to do like a clean sweep for your cosmetics, would be mascara and brow. But your brows are already done.
Right. My brows are tattooed because I lost my eyebrows at 14. So that's just always like that. And mascara is the one thing I just can't wear. If I have to be fancy, I'll put falsies on, but I never could wear mascara. It just always bothered me.
I have never tried falsies. I don't know why. I just feel like I can't pull them off, but yeah, if you're wanting a good mascara, the mascara from Beauty Counter is incredible. It has, tripeptides in it, or peptides, that actually lengthen and condition your lashes at the same time. So, and it does not come right off. Like if you rubbed your eye, it's not going to come right off. Like it is smudge proof for sure. Basically waterproof. But
Karen says, would Stacy consider concealer for the discoloration? I guess we're still talking that dark.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I was thinking skin. I don't know why I was thinking a skin product. Yes, absolutely. So you could totally use the Skin Twin foundation and just put that all over your face, or you could absolutely look into getting another clean brand of concealer. And at this moment, since Beauty Counter is not going to get our concealer back until summer, I would suggest getting Ilia, because it's another clean brand and it's packaged in glass. So that's another thing that people should think about when it comes to packaging of their products. That's something that's very important to us, and why we don't have a concealer at this moment, or one of the reasons why we don't have a concealer at this moment. Like, you have to know that the packaging matters. So like with Pacifica, for instance, and I'm not trying to call them out or anything. Somebody asked about Pacifica earlier, like with other cruelty-free and vegan brands, you want to know, hey, are they looking at the packaging that they're actually using? Because if these products get warm, these plastics leach into the product. So regardless of you find a clean beauty brand, like you want to make sure that, hey, does it go all the way, are they going all the way to the actual plastics or containers that they're putting in these products in? Because if you are spending $300 on a night cream or something like that, and it's in a package that leaks contaminants, that's just, a waste of your money.
So there's a question from Sunita. Do you ship to Dubai?
Not yet. So sorry.
Okay. And Jacqueline said she joined late. Do you have any dark shades? Jacqueline, do you mean like lipstick? Do you mean foundation?
Yeah, give us a little bit. I mean, we have dark shades. If people are looking for eyeshadows, what I'm wearing today, now I'm like in my window light, maybe you can see, I'm wearing cream eyeshadows. These actually have aloe in them. And I never knew that I would be able to actually pull off a cream eyeshadow, but they're super easy and they have this little wand. And so I just have two colors. I don't have all the shades, but we definitely have dark shades like greens and blues for people that want that. But it just has this little applicator and you just swoop it on, and I take a brush and just blend it in, and it dries like a powder. It's awesome. So cool. So those, we do have dark shades, but like with lips, oh yeah, we definitely have dark shades. I sent AJ some dark shades.
Oh my God, the brown one you sent me is amazing. It's like my favorite. It's all sparkly when I'm not doing a neutral. Yeah.
Maybe it was like the amber shimmer. So we're gonna hope that my phone does not. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry.
This is funny. Miss Sunrise says, is this the makeup you've been wearing lately? I just noticed something different in the last few weeks, so I can't put my finger on. No, this is my first time using it. I just got it. The only thing different about the last few weeks is I haven't had a haircut, so my hair has been kind of crazy and long and out of control, but nope, I haven't. Before that, I was just using Makeup Forever a foundation and whatever lipstick I could grab. And there is a question out there. Somebody's saying, thank goodness it's refillable. Somebody's saying they don't wear makeup because their skin is so sensitive, says Julie. So it's, if you find the right brand, Julie, though, I got pretty sensitive skin too. So
oh yeah, I sent you the cleansing balm, AJ, and that once you try that, I want to know what you think.
Wait,
So
cleansing balm. Okay, is this the cleansing balm? Let's see. Counter Lotus cleansing balm. Is that for just the face or the whole body?
It's for the face, but I did send you the lemongrass sugar scrub as well, which is so incredible for the body. This Lotus Glow cleansing balm this has been around since the beginning, since 9 years ago, and it is still a cult favorite. It has
it feels almost like kind of solid. So how do you get it out?
Solid at room temperature. Mm-hmm. So you literally just scoop out a little bit, like you can use a spatula or you could use your finger, and you just massage it onto your skin, and it melts your makeup off, but it also hydrates your skin. Has cranberry seed and raspberry seed oils in there. It's so nourishing, and for those people who get very dry skin, it's also a multitasker. It can be used as an overnight mask if the skin is very dry. It can also be used like as a salve if people have like rashes and burns and stuff like that. So it's a real multitasker, and it's just really lovely. I mean, people could use it even on like their cuticles and stuff. So
what about on like cracked heels?
You can use it on cracked heels. I've definitely used it on my heels, to be honest. We do have now, though, this was back before we got a actual balm called the Melting Body Balm, and that has gardenia petals infused in it. It's so lovely. So you can either use the cleansing balm or the body balm for your heels, for dry, cracked heels. Yeah, there's a whole body line. There's shampoo, conditioner. The shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and body lotion are all they have refillable components. So you pull the plastic piece out, the plastic pump, and you just get the refillable aluminum bottle. And so they're really beautiful, and they're like frosted blue. And then there's also sugar scrub, and there's body balm, like I said. So there's a whole body line. And I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. Karen says her discolored eyelids are from the Lash Boost from Rodan and Fields, and that's why she uses concealer on her lids. Will that ever go away, Karen? Because that doesn't sound right, that a product that meant to do one thing makes something else.
That happens with a lot of different brands of lash growing. That's just a side effect. And yeah.
Wow. Karen says, I have a peach undertone for my skin. I have a light to medium neutral tone. Does she recommend peach blush and lips with that undertone?
Sure. I mean, I would say work with what you have. If you have peach undertones, like work with it. And if you are fine not don't hide it. I wouldn't hide it. I would magnify it, to be honest. I think it would be beautiful. So if you have the same, like she could message me and I could help her find.
Great. Yeah. She can do, she can Zoom with you, Karen. She's really nice. That's
Yeah,
how she matched my shade before the show. So totally. And
there's also a shade finder on the website for foundation, which is really, really helpful. So
nice.
It's like a little.
And Jacqueline, who said, do you have any dark colors? She meant foundation.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yes. And we actually have, this is something that we're actually working on. We have an impact scholarship. So if anybody is interested in underrepresented communities and in the BIPOC community to join us on this mission, it is our mission to get safer products into the hands of everyone. And actually women of color are largely disproportionately exposed to more toxic chemicals than their white counterparts. So we have actually just expanded our shade range for darker colored women. And we have a big initiative to have women of color and women in the Asian population, underrepresented communities in the beauty sector to join us, because we mean everyone. When we say everyone means everyone, everyone means everyone, and we need to diversify our reach. So yeah, we have a lot of amazing shades for darker skin tones. And like, oh my gosh, the cream blushes just look so beautiful. The cream blushes also look beautiful on the eyes. So you can use them on your eyes, you can use them on your cheeks, and you can use them on your lips.
You know what? I just want to say that these zip top bags, which I think I have a discount code for, these are great for makeup when you travel, just so you know.
Stasher bag.
Yeah, I love them. So Lori says, Stacy, I'm a redhead autumn type coloring. And since I live in Arizona, I have some skin damage. 2 questions. What is the best product for my skin damage and a good neutral to cite pop of color lipsticks for me? I really like the ones you sent, Chef AJ, that are chapstick with pigment. I want to show you guys this one though, because this is, I think, might be my favorite when I'm going to be fancy. Look at this. This
amber shimmer.
Yeah, this is really cool. Hold on.
Yeah, you could put it on the back of your hand too and show the back of your hand. The amber shimmer is like gorgeous. So what I would suggest for sun damage and what reverse my sun damage is the overnight resurfacing peel. Okay, the overnight resurfacing peel, which actually comes free if you want to become a member. There's no like auto ship or anything weird like that. It's just a perks program. But you can get that for free, or you can just buy it individually. So it's called the overnight peel, and I have it right here. It's made with 15 fruit acids. 9 of them resurface your skin and 6 of them hydrate. It's called a peel, but it doesn't physically peel your skin. Like when you wake up in the morning, you're not going to see your face peeling off. What it does is it just gently exfoliates. And what I did for my damage, my sun damage, which I had a lot, and I had a lot of melasma, is I used this every single night, in addition to the counter time regimen that I was telling you about, which, by the way, this counter time regimen is in glass bottles, and this is the one that mimics retinol. It's good for anti-aging. Guess what? This actually, when we launched it, so I'm sure it's more by now, took 250,000 plastic pieces out of the landfill just from switching to glass containers. So this will last you about 16 weeks if you get that regimen. So I use this regimen with the overnight peel, and that completely changed my skin. I'm also going to say we are coming out with some spot reducing stuff in just a few months. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Very nice. Let's see if there's any other questions. Okay. I'm sure you would work with people because you're also, I mean, you do a lot of things. Yeah. Jacqueline said foundation for ladies of color. So yes, she said she has lots of those for you.
Well, she asked about color for lips. She was asking for reversing sun damage and then some color for lips. Right. So if you wanted a deeper, darker, the darkest color that we have for sheer conditioning lipstick would probably be the orchid that I had on, or plum. Check out plum. And the darkest blush that we have is truffle. It's so pretty.
Yeah. There's a question. Does beauty counter, asked Nancy, offer small sizes of their products so we can try them out?
There is small sizes of the Counter Time regimen because it's the most popular. It's like 20% of our business, in fact, because it's very effective for anti-aging. There is a travel size.
God, there's such a, I'm sorry, but Susanna just gave such a great idea. It would be fun to have Stacy on FFOF. So I have a private membership group with, it's mostly women, but maybe you could come on one Wednesday to the group because that would be, thanks, Susanna, you have the best ideas. Thank you so much. And Karen was saying the same. Yeah, that would be fantastic. And because Susanna loves the sound of these products. And then there was a question, what are you doing for contouring and baking? I'm not sure what baking has to do with that, but.
So yeah, I am, baking is a makeup term. I'm not a fancy makeup artist. However, I do know what it means. Well, I think I know what it means. I don't know if this is correct, but what I think baking means is, you basically will put your concealer or a powder on right here, concentrated in this area where we usually put our concealer to brighten the inner corner of the eye. And what I do for that, and you really just concentrate it on there, is I actually use the mattifying powder that we have. And I will put that on there with a dry Better Blender sponge, the sponge that AJ was using. So that's what I do. And then for contouring, we do have a bronzer left in the last chance section, and I use bronzer in the number 3. So I just take it from my forehead around underneath my cheekbone and then down my jawline with just like a fluffy brush. So I have never technically contoured. I'm just not that much of I like a sweep of color. I've never done any contouring with like cream stuff. I just feel like I will mess it up.
Nice. Yeah, it's fun. It's so interesting when they do it and they do the nose. And I mean, it's
so good when they do it. It's like amazing. If I could figure out how to make the German bump going on like a little bit more narrow, I would, but I pop some bronzer right here and it does the trick.
Lori says, would those you just recommended be good for a redhead? Those lipstick colors, they sound more blue toned. I want complementary neutral to teensy bit of color.
Oh, well, I would get Tara then. I would get Tara, the one that AJ put on. I think on a redhead, I have redhead friends that have the bright colors. So if you want, they're, I guess, a little blue undertone, but if you wanted more of a peach, you could do the Tara. Twig is also really, really pretty. It's very, very neutral. That has more of a soft brown undertone. There's so many shades. Lily is also very beautiful, and it has it's a pink, and it has like a soft silver sheen.
Nice.
Shimmer.
Very nice. Well, this is fun. Yeah, definitely. Like, maybe you even show how you put on makeup. Maybe when you come back to my private group,
I would be happy to.
Really fun, because actually, I think I might even have an opening the last Wednesday of the month. So we'll have to talk about that. But you do other things. You do health coaching. People can contact you. You're very accessible.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Reach out if you have any questions. And I was going to do a makeup or a skin demo, but we just chatted instead today. So happy to do a demo in your private group.
Absolutely. That'd be so much fun.
Help women just do a little self-care,
I love the feel. I love the feel of the lip stuff. It's light, but I don't know. It just feels so moisturizing.
It's so good. It's just so good. I'm so glad that I found an actual lip product that doesn't smell gross and have.
Yeah. I don't like makeup that smells. That's the weirdest. It's like, you don't want to be smelling your makeup all day.
And somebody did mention earlier about the breathability of the Skin Twin foundation and saying, does it feel heavy? It does not, because none of our makeup products are comedogenic, meaning that they're going to block the breathability of your skin.
Nice. Well, Stacy, this was so much fun. So if you're interested in, Stacy also works with people as a health coach. She's 100% plant-based. She's been on 2 shows before. Oh, here's a question from Michelle. Skincare regimen, cleanse, tone, moisturize.
Yeah. Skincare regimen is actually a 4-step process. If you get real fancy, you could go down to 3, but you want a good cleanser. You want a prep step, which is typically a toner or an essence. In the counter timeline that I keep talking about because it's my favorite, it has an essence, and it's made with like Swiss Alpine Rose and geranium, and you just press it into your skin, and that balances your pH after you wash it. Then you put your serum on, which is truly the medicine of your face, like the medicine of your routine. That is actually what gives you results. Serums do. And then your day or your night cream goes on top. That's your protect step.
Gina's asking the $1 million question. Is the brand affordable?
Yeah, compared to La Mer. It's not Target prices, but you are getting what you pay for. And the lastability, is that a word? I don't know. But the duration that beauty counter products will last you is a very long time. So like a serum, like our All Bright C serum, our best-selling All Bright C serum is about, I believe it's an $89 serum. But it's going to last you because you do not need very much. It actually goes so far. And that's the same with a body wash and all of the products, they go a really long way, but you also pay for what you get. So just like with food, right? Like the cheap food typically is made with processed junk. But eco-friendly, sustainably packaged, carbon neutral, cruelty-free cosmetics and skincare that really work are the price will reflect that.
Amy says, thank you. Great show. I'm inspired to start wearing makeup again. Colleen says, I never wear lipstick since the mask, but I always wore at least gloss under the mask. I don't like dry lips. So I've always had something on my lips, even if it's just like a little gloss.
Same here. Yeah. I use the sheer conditioning lipstick underneath the mask. I would just wear like twig. You could barely see it, but it was still something to hydrate.
Yeah, well, this is fun, guys. This was so much fun. So yeah, please come to my private group and do the skin demonstration, maybe even just a makeup demonstration before you put yours on. That would be so much fun.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that everybody does that text action thread. If you missed it, if you're in the US, text Better Beauty to 52886 and ask for better personal care product laws so that we can all be protected. And you can do the same if you are in Canada. It is just an 800 number, which I can't find, but we will get that put down in the show notes.
I'll put it in the show notes. I texted it the minute you say, well, thanks a lot, Stacy.
Great.
I look forward to having you to my group. And thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ Live. Please come back tomorrow when my guest is Dr. Emily Ventura. She is the co-author, along with Dr. Michael Bourne, of the book Sugar Proof. And she is going to teach us how to get sugar out of our diet and our family's diets in ways that we don't even notice. And she's going to be making her famous 3-ingredient banana bars. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.